This is Jonathan Stewart. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, they run with Stewart. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Andre Howell, the one to bring him down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now the rookie first rounder from Penn State, Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Great first drive defensively. 3rd and short, able to stuff the run.
And what it does is it gives not just confidence to your defensive players, it gives an overall feeling of, okay, we've established things here early. We can carry this throughout the game.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Come back, Black 22! Black 22! Come back!
From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, 54 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Come back!
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Tiger! Richmond! Tiger!
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
To Barkley on the check down. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Shotgun now for Manning. Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed, and he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Tiger, tiger, tiger.
After the interception, here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And avoids the contact by sliding. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
They come out here in the eye.
Two jet. Come back, come back.
On 3rd and goal, Irvin. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Tyler Irvin, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Richmond. Come back.
Now a first down throw, Watson. This is caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now out come the Giants. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The handoff comes to Stewart. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll try and run it. Here's Stewart. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Ellington. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Tiger. Black 99 Philly. Reset. Black 99 Philly. Two jet. Come back.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And some room to work. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Watson on 1st down. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Tiger.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. He finds some open field here. And he's brought down after a good game. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Tiger.
They keep it with Miller on 1st down. And this time the yards won't come so easy, as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now a first carry for Deontay Foreman, who was lost to the Achilles injury last year.
Come back. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
On 3rd down, Watson going for the deep ball. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. New York set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now Manning throwing on second down. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Zebra, zebra, zebra. Zebra, zebra. Zebra, zebra. 51-5.
Throwing is Manning on third down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Tiger, tiger, tiger. Come back, come back. 52, 52.
On first down, it's Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. The 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Come back, come back.
On first down, Watson. Flush to his right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Richmond, Richmond.
Now it's Watson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans continue to pour it on. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep in Houston territory. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 62 yards. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Go.
The pitch goes to Barkley. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
On 2nd down, here's Manning. Forced out to his left. Shedding through the defense. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. 3rd and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. Manning going to throw. He's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Zebra.
Trying to punch it in, Stewart. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Barkley. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And now out comes Houston. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. A gain of 3, second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here's a give to Miller. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Texans on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Come back, come back.
Out of the gun, Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Oh, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So after the INT, it's Manning. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They give him a gain of 37. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Around the NFL, 2nd quarter in Atlanta. And it's an early lead there for the Saints. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Watson now to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Crayvon LeBlanc with a pick. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Jonathan Cyprien there defensively to make the play.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Black 99, feel it. Come back, come back.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. He sets to fire deep. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. So they have the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Working from the gun, Manning. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This is Stewart, and this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5.
Zebra. Good. Blue 88. Motion. 41's
Manning to throw on 2nd down. On the catch, this is Russell Shepard. First target, first catch, and a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now Stewart on first down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Zebra. I got you.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll be down deep in Houston territory. Manning to Beckham. A big play there. 45 yards.
Zebra.
First and goal, Jonathan Stewart. And Stewart lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Jonathan Stewart, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. The Giants going for 2. This is an area they struggled with last year. They were just 1 for 5 in 2017. They'll let Stewart try and run. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Richmond.
On first and 10, Watson under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Tiger. Come back.
To throw on second is Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Hodges. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
Probably a little bit of a surprise call there on 3rd and inches that they decided to throw the football. And how difficult is that for an offensive line when they look up and see all those extra bodies coming at them?
Tons of bodies coming in. They get a huge sack there. He can't get him down. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. By the way, they're into the second half now in Philadelphia on the NFL scoreboard. And it's the Colts who have scored to extend their lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Throwing now is Manning. Jadeveon Clowney able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. To throw on second down. Manning. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Watson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Target. Come back. Blue 80.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man, complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Come back.
Throwing again is Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Texans on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. To the air yet again, Watson. And this one is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Whitney merciless. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing his man. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Christian Covington in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sack's on back-to-back plays. On 3rd and long, it's Manning. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they'll get him down here at the 23. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th. Now Manning, gotta have this one. Going up top. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Credit the tackle to Navarro Bowman. Here's Watson. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards. The Texans pick up the first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Texans add on. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. New York set to take the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 15 yards through the air on a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On second down, here's Lauletta. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Zach Cunningham in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon.
Gone!
This is 3rd and long. Here's Lauletta. And he's going to go down again. Zach Cunningham in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Ellington now to return it. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. Let's not forget, a year ago, this was a last-place team in their division in the National Football League. How quickly the fortunes can turn.
And somewhere, there's a former commissioner smiling down and looking because parity is something he was looking for in this league, and it plays itself out year after year. Last to first is not something that's uncommon in the NFL.
Yeah, a season ago, they didn't have one performance like this, but they put it all together in this ballgame. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. They'll throw on 1st down with Lynch. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Right back to him on 1st down. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Tiger! Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down. We got to stand up over there.
Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
Tiger!
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Underneath for Miller. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 39 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. A carry for Foreman. And he's got some space here. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56.
Oh, Lynch going to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. On 1st and 10, Lauletta. He hits Stewart in the flat. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
From the red zone now, Lauletta. A dump off here to Stewart. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. As they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a handoff. This is Stewart. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. The Giants on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Three down. Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the gun, Lauletta. He can run for it, and he will. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2. They'll let Stewart try and run. And he is not going to make it to the end zone. And that's pretty reflective of their game as a whole as they'll remain down by a bundle. Rosas now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Now a handoff to Middle. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.